Student Voices session for the First Two Network is coming up right now. And I wanted to let everybody know how this is going to work. So the First Two Network students are often the first in their families to go to college. They're often from groups that are underrepresented in STEM majors as well. And consistent with our theme for this year's convening, we always want to hear from students about their stories and their experiences. So the way this works is the stories and perspectives you're going to hear next are from about 24 students that added to this. But when we share student stories, we make them anonymous. That is to say that 24 students contributed statements or sentences or perspectives to what you're about to hear, but then we anonymize those. And we have 6 students with us today who are going to be presenting those stories on behalf of the collective group of 24 students who contributed to this next session. And those students are Josiah Baker. So find Josiah, scroll through all your little boxes there until you find Josiah. And Josiah, keep waving until people can see you. You can say hi.
Hello.
We also have Elizabeth Lowe. All right, everybody, find Elizabeth. And Elizabeth, say hi.
Hello, everyone.
We have Keyzar Dominguez.
Hi.
Everybody find that, find Keyzar. And now we have Jordan Means with us today.
Hi, everyone.
And we have MaeLynn Lansdowne. Where are you, MaeLynn?
Over here.
Okay. And finally, we have Garrett Bender with us today. These 6 students. Go ahead, Garrett, say hi.
Hi, everyone.
Thank you guys so much for lending your voices to this convening. And I think we are going to start it off with Elizabeth. Do we have, make sure that we have speaker view on? Do we have that? Am I the host or who's the host? Before we get started.
You are. I unfortunately dropped.
Oh, okay. So let me make sure, because I don't think I've done that then. Let me do speaker view for our recording purposes. All right, we are ready, and take it away, Elizabeth.
In this session, we are sharing our perspective on the current narrative of being a STEM major at a first generation or underrepresented student, including the challenges and success that we experience, advice for first-year students, and our hopes for a new narrative.
The current narrative is that sometimes we are doubted as first-gen or underrepresented students.
Sometimes we're doubted by our peers.
When I first began college, I felt especially judged by my peers because of the color of my skin, almost as though I would not succeed in my courses.
I have had conversations with classmates who didn't understand why I didn't know certain things about financial aid or how classes worked. It is because I never had the support or knowledge from someone who does know these things. If I'm comparing myself to others, I come into college with less knowledge because I am underrepresented.
Sometimes we're doubted because of our gender. In my leadership roles as a STEM-based club president, as well as a supplemental instructor, I felt that a lot of people didn't take me seriously. Some people would roll their eyes at my suggestions. One time I had a guy tell me I was stupid and how to properly call a meeting.
In general, as a woman in STEM, I have run into an unfortunate amount of people who will talk down to women right off the bat.
As a woman, I got talked over a lot, especially in more math-based classes such as physics. The men in my class seemed to believe that they knew less than them, that I knew less than them, and that I was not capable of answering questions or contributing to labs. Despite the fact that I had the same amount of experience as them, they felt entitled to lead the projects over me.
Sometimes we're doubted by teachers and counselors.
It happened to me in high school when I told my guidance counselor that I was planning on attending college. She basically told me that there's no way I could do well in college and that I shouldn't even try.
Sometimes we're doubted by our parents.
My parents didn't think I would be able to survive college.
My mother always believed that I would not be happy in STEM and should pursue an easier career and better paying job.
Sometimes we doubt ourselves. I have had full support from my family. They told me that I would be the first one going to college, and they let me know how proud they were of me. However, I had a lot of self-doubt and pressure on my shoulders.
My biggest doubter is myself. It's a constant battle of feeling good enough, and sometimes it can prevent me from doing the things I need to do to succeed.
The current narrative is that sometimes we really struggle.
Growing up in West Virginia, my family is no stranger to struggle. Throughout my childhood, my family, like many other West Virginian families, struggled with addiction, alcoholism, and domestic violence. Throughout my entire life, the hope of ending the cycle and going to college was always a dim light at the end of a lengthy tunnel.
I wish WVU would offer some type of assistance, whether that be financial, school, or life-based. I'm struggling so much balancing everything I have right now.
It's not an academic struggle, but filling out paperwork can be a struggle. And there are so many offices to go to, such as residential life and financial aid.
It was a huge change from high school to college. The TRIO student support program helped me do my homework. I learned a lot of skills. I learned to study the right way.
Despite doubts and struggles, we feel hope for a new perspective.
I went from getting a C my freshman year in general chemistry to getting A's and B's every semester after that. However, grades are not all that matter. I learned how to overcome the difficult times in college and persevere with the help of peers, professors, and First Two.
TRIO Student Support Services does an excellent job. One moment when I felt that the need to apply TRIO was when I made my first A on an exam in calculus.
Success was surrounding myself with people who mutually care about, encourage, and support me as much as I do them. Success is stepping away from the negative or destructive people in my life and never turning back. Due to this, I've been able to have the confidence that I needed to continue with my studies.
I consider getting A's on my exams and quizzes small successes that I complete throughout the semester. My peers and my professors have supported me in both situations. My peers do so by doing study groups together, and my professors do so by offering office hours.
I've experienced success by getting into a research lab as a freshman at WVU. My geology professor really supported me and helped me learn all about the lab.
I had the support of peer mentors and family.
I made it into college with scholarships. I consider that success. My family and friends have heavily supported me in reaching where I am today.
I've earned multiple scholarships and honors. 2 professors in First Two wrote letters of recommendations and nominated me for positions, including student ambassador, a university leadership and service honor, and a scholarship.
The First Two Network has been huge in supporting me. The junior and senior peer mentors have been huge for me because neither one of my parents are in STEM or really even took science at all. It is nice to have an older mentor who has been through some of those tough classes. For me, getting into a research lab within my first weeks on campus has been a huge success for me and has helped me gain valuable skills that my peers do not have.
I have experienced success in courses and undergraduate research. I received a grant to fund an ongoing research project and could not have done it without the faculty member overseeing the project, who taught me how to write the grant proposal.
My love for science, research, and overall knowledge had driven me to go back to school after 10 years. Now I'm about to start working on my own research project independent of the one of others. I am now free to explore as I see fit within the world of STEM.
I have competed nationally and internationally in STEM disciplines. I have attended international public health conferences and written articles for international journals.
We want to share the hope we have with incoming students just like us.
Don't worry about what other people are thinking, whether it's good or bad, because they care about their thoughts. In the end, it all depends on how you think about yourself.
Stay open to what you like and choose something you enjoy. Forget what others expect of you and do what you want. It's your life, so why live it unhappily?
In the first few weeks, it might not seem like college is for you, but trust me, you belong here just as much as the person next to you.
Study as you get the material, not what you find out during the exam. Create a study group and work with others to make sure you understand the material.
Reaching out to others doesn't mean that you are not as capable. Reaching out can be the best thing you do for yourself and maybe even others.
For a first-year student, I would say that you need to be ready to sacrifice your social life for your academics, especially if you are a student athlete as well.
I tell my younger self and any incoming student that it's okay to struggle and it's okay to change your path in college. Neither makes you less successful or less capable. Changing your plans may be intimidating, but you'll be a lot happier in the long run.
Just keep going. You will be tired by the end of the semester, but just keep going.
We want to see a new narrative for first generation and underrepresented students.
I want first gen and underrepresented students to be known for their success stories.
I would like first-gen students to be proud of where they came from and for everyone to see that being first-gen is a strength, not a weakness.
I want the new narrative to be that first generation STEM majors work hard.
Once the state becomes more accepting of non-white people, I believe our state will grow in so many ways.
There will be more of an effort to recognize that underrepresented first-year students are a thing.
When you actually talk to professors and TAs and get to know them, many of them were first generation or underrepresented in some way. I feel that if colleges really highlighted your uniqueness of everyone's background, especially those who have been successful in their field, it will provide a much more open and comforting setting, and it might ease some anxiety that underrepresented students have not been able to succeed.
I would like to see my college offer more resources for students. This would improve student experiences because they would be able to access the information they need easier.
Colleges could advertise networks like First Two more. That way, first-gen students know where they can receive financial aid and general advice.
I want to see colleges giving their first-gen students resources and making them familiar with campus before their first semester.
I would love for there to be more representation of minorities in colleges in general. I think my college has done a great job with that. I am Hispanic, and at my college, I have met a large number of Hispanics. I think to have more diversity, colleges need to go out of their way to recruit more diverse students, like mine has done.
I would like colleges to engage freshmen with STEM industry leaders to engage them with. Also, give them a glimpse of their field in early college years instead of having to wait until potential their junior year.
Professors, especially freshmen, should be more understanding. Colleges should have programs that reach out to first-gen students to let them know that they are not alone. Many students aren't there to admit that they are struggling and are first-gen, so reaching out could make a world of difference.
I just wish people would know how much more we struggle than someone who's had multiple family members go through college.
I want the future story to be that first-generation students have the same opportunity to be on equal footing as non-first-gen students. Offering more resources that explain the college experience from the ground up would be helpful. I feel like I didn't really know exactly what I was going into.
I believe first-generation student experiences would be better if we had more guidance or assistance in the application process, the paperwork, and the scheduling. Getting ready for college was the hardest part of my experience. My parents were unable to help me with paperwork or give me guidance on things like scheduling and housing since they had never done it before.
I think people should be given more information if they lack it. My academic ability was never the problem. It was the fact that I did not know how to apply for college or research positions or internships. A lot of students do not know where to find out information about college success, so it would be easier if these students were given information more readily.
It would be helpful seeing first-gen students succeed in what they are doing. I feel like the college could support them by offering workshops that allow people to get a taste of certain careers to see if they wish to study further in this path or choose a new path to follow.
I am first-gen and I will make a difference.
I am first-gen and I will make a difference.
I am first-gen and I will make a difference.
I am first-gen and I will make a difference.
I am first-gen and I will make a difference.
I am first gen and I will make a difference.
I hope we can work together to shape the narrative for first gen students.